You know, this is National Train Your Dog Month, so we're getting ready. We're going to get some tips from Dr. Kelly Ballantyne and trainer Laura Monaco Torelli. Thank you both for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you for having us back.
Yeah, what kind of dog we have here?
This is Pumpkin. She is a Japanese Chin.
So tell me, are you bribing her with food right now?
We are using food to reinforce nice, relaxed behavior, especially being in a live studio. Pumpkin is a veteran, so she's doing a great job of being nice and relaxed.
She sure is.
She's wonderful, and as you said, you know, we're here to celebrate National Train Your Dog Month, and so Dr. Ballantyne and I are looking forward to sharing some tips about choosing the right fit with equipment that we choose for our dogs for behavioral and medical benefits.
You know, I didn't know that that was such a big deal, but it really is. Tell me, where do we start with equipment?
Well, first is looking at the breed, the size, and the age of the dog. With Pumpkin here, she has an actual special made harness just for her because she's so petite. And we're just getting her used to certain games, like when we touch her harness, she gets a treat, and making sure that it is the right fit.
Why is a harness better than a traditional collar?
That's an excellent question.
Yeah, I'll
Dr.
take that. So Pumpkin, being a Japanese Chin, she's what's called a brachycephalic breed, which means she has a shorter nose. And that means that she might have more difficulty breathing if she has something around her neck and if she's pulling while she's on
So we would
walks.
never use a choker collar or something like that.
Correct,
right?
correct. So a harness is really best for a dog like Pumpkin. We have some other harness options here. We have this little stuffed bulldog here, which shows another really great option for another type of short-nosed dog, the bulldog.
Right.
And this harness is really great because it sits lower on their chest and makes sure it doesn't push on their airway.
But it's about their upper body structure that helps. And then there's clothing here for these dogs, too.
Absolutely. We have a variety of blankets and
It never
coats.
occurred to me that it's actually useful for smaller dogs.
Yes, it is. They could certainly get cold, especially if you're out for more than just a couple of minutes to take them out to eliminate. So these little fleece coats are really great.
Right. Now, is it time to move on to the larger dog over here? Or do we want to
sure
discuss
can.
more?
Sure is. So this is Luna. Luna is a flat-coated retriever. So one of the things that we're teaching Luna are some fun, what we call equipment games. So when she touches the harness all on her own, it's called targeting, she learns that she gets a click and treat. So it's basically important to let the dog know that it's their choice to step into the equipment while we're on their level to help make them more comfortable as well.
Show me how that works.
Oh, absolutely. It's actually quite easy. So when you look at the fit here, what we do is we make sure that she fits her head right through.
And look how cooperative she is.
Oh, she's a gem. And then what we do here is we're going to make sure that when I reach under,
There you go.
So she's letting me know that she's comfortable with my reaching over her body and being nice and relaxed, and Susan's going to give her some treats. And we like to see dogs that are joyful and relaxed in the fitting process, but also too, Steve, is we're making sure that my fingers are actually nice and comfortable and going behind the snap. So
Why is that important? That keeps her calm?
To make sure that we don't pinch their skin or their fur in the clasp, which might hurt them.
Everything I'm seeing here is all about positive reinforcement.
Sure is. And you know what? It really builds a relationship with us and with the puppies and the dogs in our lives.
Because they train us, don't they?
They sure do. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure can.
And also what we're going to start to work on now is Dr. Ballantyne can explain that we're going to move Luna to make sure that she has a full range of motion with her winter jacket as well as with her harness. And I'm using a hands-free leash, which is a great way to help keep the owner and the dog relaxed. I
noticed that.
So they don't, you know, they're not pulling back on the equipment. Dogs have what's called an oppositional reflex. So the more pressure on their body, they naturally pull away from it, and it can stress them out if we keep pulling them in.
How do we keep them from pulling, though? What do we do there? Because you seem to have really done a great job with Luna.
Yeah, so Luna's had a lot of training on teaching her to walk loose on a loose leash. The harness that she's actually wearing right now is a specific type of harness called a no-pull harness, which is great for managing pulling while the dogs are still in that training process.
Is it important? It's interesting to me that it's at waist level, almost down to the level of Luna's head, not up here like
Correct. So we want to have a nice loose leash so that she's not feeling confined, which might actually make her pull forward.
Laura, you train a lot more than dogs, don't you? I notice you've trained some really rather exotic animals.
I have. I've been very fortunate in my career to have trained everything from marine mammals to giraffe to dogs.
And it's all about positive reinforcement, no corrective training.
Correct. So using things like choke collars or pinch collars might actually not only cause damage to the structures in the neck, it could also potentially result in some behavioral problems.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. A lot of great information here. Thank you, Dr. Ballantyne, Laura, Luna, Pumpkin. Good to have you, Ellen. For more information on the National Observance, visit trainyourdogmonth.com. For more information on behavior classes you can take, go to, this is your group, abtconcepts.com. Is that right, Laura? For a link, if you missed anything, you can rewatch this segment at WGNTV.com/midday.